Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Welcome again, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And what a sophomore season he had for the Cardinals. Pretty much swept every major quarterback award, including the Heisman Trophy. And we spend a lot of time talking about his legs. Formidable. He can run the ball like few others, but the key to everything for him is his ability to be accurate from the pocket.
Jackson on first down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Lamar Jackson
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So here are the Saints now with great starting field position. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
What you like about him? Guy loves football. Flat out loves it. Has toughness. Wants to hang in there and play through just about everything, and walks that line between creativity and being able to take care of the football, taking those chances and not. When he figures out exactly where that line is on every snap, look out, folks. Jameis Winston will really ascend as a quarterback.
Following the interception, Winston. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jihad Ward drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 53 the mic.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy. Maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Good move at the 30. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Jackson from the shotgun, and it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, Deontay Harris. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. From the gun, Winston. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 14. And the Saints 1st down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Saints nothing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Open man, here is Tommy Lee Lewis. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Jameis now on first down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They run. Devontae Freeman. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
He's brought down
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully, that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jameis to throw it. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
The kick is good. Makes the score Ravens 7, Saints 3.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Will Lutz to kick off.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On 1st and 10, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Winston. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field, you take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson on the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle it and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Gray. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews, and the Ravens will add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Tucker now to add the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Traquan Smith. Incomplete. Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Winston. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They start the 2nd half with Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
On the carry.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, Winston. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jalen Ferguson, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Winston. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Ravens, they'll take over. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson, and maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it, because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Second and 12, operating from the 39. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
the tackle.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Down and 12.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Operating from the gun. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
He's brought down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The kick is good.
Tucker's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17 to 3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Deontay Harris on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away at its 2nd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. On the option, Jackson will keep it. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And his throw is incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, They want to.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Cameron Jordan, his second sack of the night. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this fourth-quarter deficit.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. To throw is Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They go play action. Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette, but it'll be 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now a pass complete to Hogan. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Winston's pass.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
They'll throw again. Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.